Good Friday, Tom Ginn, G-Force. We'll be right back with you. Good Friday. Yesterday was St. Patty's Day. I hope everybody had a good time, didn't overindulge, are full of energy today. And G is for gratitude. Tom Ginn here, G-Force. Today, I just want to say how grateful I am for this very moment, because I believe gratitude, when we really look at what I call a law, how to operate, how we think, and gratitude just really gives a different perspective. I call it the mortar between the bricks of life. And it changes our perspective. You can't hold a negative and a positive thought at the same time. Gratitude is positive. When you really learn how to use that and start, I like to say, what fuels your day? Mine is gratitude. I start my morning out with my gratitude journal. I was teaching out of the Gratitude Works, and the Gratitude Journal record is 50 years, writing every day one specific thing to be grateful for. That is absolutely an amazing thing to think about. That being grateful, we have infinite amount of things to be grateful for. And in today's lesson, I want to talk a little bit about some principles out of Bob Proctor's book. I'm a certified thinking results consultant, and been teaching Bob's principle almost 7.5 years now. And I tell you what, just those principles have changed my life significantly. I wouldn't be doing this today if I hadn't gone through a Bob Proctor's program. The belief systems and self-image and all those things that hold people back, fear. So I honestly believe that it's only through awareness can you make changes. And sometimes we need a good book to read, but more importantly, maybe somebody guides you through that process. Have a mentor, have a facilitator, have a coach that can help you see what you don't see in yourself. And that's why I do G-Force, is bring a different level of awareness of the principles that elevate people to be their fullest potential. That they go after those dreams and aspirations that we all have. And somehow we get stuck. But I believe gratitude is one of the most important areas of our life that we can incorporate. See, that fuels my day. And I use gratitude throughout the day to when I've had a disappointment. I'm in business, I have sales, and there's disappointments more than the positives when you're in business. But it's how you look at it, and knowing your vision, your purpose, and your why is so critical. And being grateful for the expectation of what's coming is as important to be as grateful for what you have now. Because as a man thinketh, so you become. So think about your thinking, your first thoughts, like Glenn Morshower tells you what direction you're going. If I was to drop a word about wealth, there's a first thought that comes up. If I talked about politics, there's going to be a first thought. I could talk about relations, there'll be a first thought. And those you can identify in a positive space or a negative space, or what you call your attitudes. And it's so important to, study yourself, study your thinking. Where did I get that thought from? Is it serving me? Is it moving in the direction I want to go? My vision, my purpose, and my why. Not just your goals. There's more to goals. And one of my mentors, Dr. Miles Monroe, studied his materials. That the power of a vision is more important than the goals. The goals are just the processes to get to where you want to go. Goals by themselves don't work. You got to have something bigger at an emotional level that will cause you to pick up the ball or get up off the ground again to keep moving forward to the outcome that you seek. And Bob Proctor is a master of teaching that. And a lot of people don't know that, I've been coaching for a number of years. So if you want to know more about how I can get you unstuck or get you a different perspective, and many times I talk to people, what's your vision, your purpose, and why? And they can't answer it. It takes some work. It's within you. It's just been buried for a number of circumstances that have occurred that buries what's innately you will know your purpose and why when you take time to explore that. But today I'm going to do just a quick little lesson out of this book, The ABCs of Success, Bob Proctor. And, I started teaching these principles after Bob's death out of this book because I think they're profound. And, our problems are mental in nature. Our problems are mental in nature. Well, you might be saying, well, my circumstances, I'm in debt, I'm going to get foreclosed on, I lost my job, my business isn't successful, my relationships aren't succeeding. That is a victim mentality. It's your mental nature that's going to determine how you deal with those. And I'm going to reference something that is a powerful, powerful book that it's referenced in the opening here of this chapter, is Raymond Holliwell's Working with the Law. One of the best books to understand that everything that we operate under in our thinking and our physics of the world, everything operates by law, just like dropping the book. Gravity works 100% of the time. Our thinking operates by law as well. So if you can understand those laws and just shift them in alignment, you'll get different results. Everything operates by law. Our thinking operates by law. So in Raymond Holliwell's book, Working with the Law, suggests our problems are mental in nature. They have no existence outside of themselves, and it has been discovered that nearly all will yield up the solutions when subjected to the brand to a broad and exact analysis. So we got to understand what that was really saying. I messed that all up, but basically what it's saying is we got to know our thinking. We've got to know our thinking. Where did it come from? Analyze it. And then he goes further in here and making some reference. We should have we should form a clear and definite idea regarding our convictions, that's our beliefs, as to why we do as we do, and as to why we think as we think. Raymond Holliwell. So same thing that Bob says. When we understand our thinking, it gives us a result. We have to analyze that and say, how can I change my thinking that will give me the result that I'm seeking? So I call that a vision. I call that a vision, a clear mental picture. And I'll just say this, it isn't what a person doesn't know that hurts them. It's what they know and they don't, so that it hurts them. So it's what we know that we do. Okay. Many times we don't know, but we know our behaviors if we analyze them, and we got to change those. We buy into false concepts. How was your thinking formed? How was your thinking formed? False concepts. In the Gallup polls, did a thing on over 1,000 people, and 50% of people under 50 think it's their jobs and money that causes their problems. It's not true. Examine your beliefs. If you have money as a problem, you have a lack mentality. I got money problem. That's a lack mentality. You should have an abundance thought. The work that you do, are you doing the work that you love and have a passion for? You're excited to get up in the morning, or are you stuck in the Monday through Friday? I can't wait until Wednesday, hump day, and I can't wait for Friday because the weekend is coming. Those are life dissatisfaction thinking. So people blame versus taking ownership and evaluating their thinking. And one simple change in your thinking can change your life. Change your thinking, change your results. As a man thinketh, so he becomes. So our problems that we have are in nature our own makeup. Many of the things that we think are problems aren't problems. It's what's our conditioning. Thinking negative causes stress. So if you're under stress, and we know that feeling, it's not a healthy thing. Evaluate your first thoughts about anything. If it's negative, it's going to create stress. All the causes of our problems lie in our thoughts, not in the things or their circumstances. It's how you respond to what happens around you. You may be conditioned to respond a certain way just because that's what mom and dad did, grandma and grandpa did, your aunts and uncles. We model what we have seen when we're young. We're programmed up to about age 7, and that's how we view the world. And depending what those influences, like Einstein's, were accumulation of all of our thoughts, our thinking, our actions, and experiences have brought us to where we are. I didn't paraphrase it exactly the way he did, but if we want to change in anything in our life, including getting rid of stress, we can't use the same thinking that got us to where we're at. You have to find a significant change. It could be just one thing. And that's where that taking time to see, where did you get your thinking? If you're feeling stressed, choose to relax. There's a lot to be said about understanding a meditative process, a breathing process, learning to be still in the chaotic noise of the day. Relax, be still and know. Answers come to you. It gives you a different perspective. You have the power to change your thoughts. You have the power. There isn't anybody out there that, if you're not aware of it, can influence you on how you think. You have the power to make those changes. It's our greatest power, our thinking, the power to choose. What the previous lesson we did, we talked about choice. Choose to relax. Look at your perceived problems as a stranger would look at them. They will come to a different perspective, a different viewpoint. Hey, thanks, Ted, for jumping on. Share it out. Turn on your notifications. We appreciate that. And look at it from a different perspective. Then you have to make a decision and do something about it. You've got to do it now. You can't say, well, I'm going to work on that. When you get that, what I call the epiphany, the recognition, do it now. See what happens. And it'll be surprising to you that those thoughts, those negative thoughts and fears and stress that you are holding are just a manifestation of your thoughts. The reality, you'll create the reality based on your thinking. The reality that you're in today is directly related to your thinking. Change your thinking, change your reality, your perception. And Ted's making a comment here, the power of positivity, the greatest mindset ever. You're right on, Ted. Thanks for that comment. So I just want to share that today, that it's about the mental game. Our stress, where does it come from? It's our thoughts. You can change how you feel instantaneously by changing a thought. Go to a place of gratitude. We're under stress or a challenge. It gives you time to sit back and relax, to look at things differently, take action differently. Because if you change from a negative place to a positive place and take action, that is the formula. Nothing changes until you take action. That's physics. Up until that time, it's a good formula, but you got to put it into action. That's the catalyst for change, is action. Act now. Act now. Evaluate your thinking. Where did you get your thoughts? Where did you get your thoughts? I talk to people all the time about, getting clear on their purpose and their why and their vision. And in the beginning, it's very difficult. But I help people better understand, identify what you don't want. Get rid of that thinking. People can identify what they don't want before they can identify what they do really want. Then once you move that chatter, that negative, all that stuff out of the way, all your potential dreams and visions start become clearer. And once you get clear on it, you got to write it down. You've got to write your vision down. And there's a lot of research. Those that write accomplish more. Are you journaling daily? Do you have a clear written vision that's clear as a painting? If I was to read it, I could see it like a novel. I could see you running through the fields of daisies, or whatever you're writing about. It's got to be that clear. And guess what they found out? The people that do that, that's only 10% of the world's population, has a clear mental picture or written plan of what they want to do in their life. 90% of the people don't. And here's the significant findings: that those that write clear mental picture have a greater net worth than the other 90% combined. Success leaves clues. Little things make the difference. Little things. Problems are mental in nature. It's how you view them. Are you a victim or are you victorious? First thoughts. As Glenn Morshower said in one of our mastermind groups, our first thoughts. When we identify those, we can then shift our thinking to get the results we want. Taking action. Steer the bus in the direction of that new thinking. So with that all said, I just wanted to get out here today, and G is for gratitude. What fuels your day? This is the most important moment of your life, no matter what's going on. Take a moment and to be grateful for this moment, because the thoughts you have in this moment is going to dictate exactly what's going to happen in the next moment. Can't change it. Change your thinking. You can manifest a whole new process of thinking and a whole new process of getting results that you desire in your life. So I highly encourage everybody to get this book. As Bob Proctor taught me, just don't read the words, study the words. Go over a sentence or a statement over and over and over again until it resonates with you at an emotional level. We've been taught for knowledge to a test. We've never been taught to take the words that, and when we're talking about shifting and changing our lives, it's not knowledge. It's our emotional relationship to the thinking that we have. What are you emotionally attached to? And guess what? A lot of people are emotionally attached to negative thinking, and they're not even aware of it. So with that all said, everybody have a blessed day. Look at the day with gratitude. Look at tomorrow with gratitude. Look at the future with gratitude, the future expectation, and be grateful that it's coming. Not just for grateful for the things you have to this moment, be grateful for the change that is coming. With that all said, have a great day.